just the way it happens, isn't it? I had 16 pages. Thank God I've got it down, right? Gone through this for a couple months when I found out this was going to happen. And, I knew what would happen with the induction of the Hall of Fame. You guys have had a good week. I loved every one of these I came to over 5 decades. 7 decades, yeah. And got to open up with the fact that the very first one, I've already skipped. I'm going to stay on script, so I don't take that much time, but many stories will come later today. I bet you all would rather have roasted me and Peter than recognized us. Man, you could start roasting a lot easier than recognizing. But thanks to our president, our executive director, our big wheel here, glad to have him here. Knew him way back in the days. It was at, I lost River Club. Back, what's the name of your club down in
Riverside.
Got it. He hosted us way back in the day when John was director of tennis there. Glad you could get here. This is fun. It's always a reunion. Don't like to end up on this. Matter of fact, I don't like having to put these on. It seems like yesterday we had all that blonde hair. We had blonde hair, didn't we, Peter? We had long blonde hair, and now we're in glasses, and some of us in contacts. But that's okay. So be it. I don't want to end up this thing with, you know, speakers say, now last but least, or last but not least. That's a bunch of hogwash. I'm going to say first and most important, Cheryl Toney. Yeah. And you guys have worked with me over the years. Just call Cheryl. Just call C. Find out exactly what's going on. What a ride we've had over 30 years. Daughter, Kaylin Toney, has put up with a bunch of stuff. Proud of her. I'd like to go into her accomplishments. Not going to. Her things over the years rather than mine. And so proud. A grandson standing here. Jimmy Moyes, thanks for being here. Sister, brother-in-law, Janet and Larry Hodge. She was the athlete. She's the one that grew up whipping all my friends. She was the gal that could punt, pass, and kick probably better than me. She threw the balls with me. She held kind of like the Peanuts thing. She would hold, I remember her and my mother holding the football, pulling it away from me. And a lot of those little pranks in the backyard, but she played basketball with us. She did it all. And if there had been probably the sports going on for her back then, she would have probably been up here doing this rather than me. But that first and foremost, my family here. And no, I hadn't forgot Gam, my mother-in-law, at Carnes. She's going, better say something about me. I see it coming. We're all a team in this together. I'm glad she could come. Got to start with a coaching, one of my favorite coaches of all time. I'm going to start with that and I'll end up with a little thing from the coach. But my favorite coach, my favorite football team is the Packers. Start with a Lombardi quote when he made that famous speech on, I bet somebody can tell me, but when he made the great speech on God, family, and the Green Bay, no, wait, God, family, and USPTA in my life. But I had to do that, done this one 2 or 3 times, and I always like to joke around and forget that Green Bay Packers part and throw in USPTA or whoever I'd be addressing at the time. A few moments and events that led me to this point. I've got several things, little quotes, either a thing, event, saying that I picked up. And along with my friend Peter, we go back to Garden Terrace Inn, all those days back in there, and I've got half of his stuff down here, and I won't go over that. But when we started back in the day, I can remember meeting Randy. Matter of fact, got one on. I can remember us going into these initial seminars, these get-togethers, and we and you younger guys should take note on this. We didn't get 60, 61, 62 years old by being stupid. We started with tape recorders and would set them in front there to hear somebody talk about how to hit a forehand. Mine didn't take though, Fred. I didn't get the forehand. Remember how I've got Peter Howe down right now, and his topic one day was how to hit a forehand, how to hit a backhand. I've got Bill Tim down. We put the recorders up there. We fought to get better space to get that knowledge that's out there. And then look what you've had this week. Look how much knowledge in here. You've got, I like to pick on the younger guys because I can't pick on the older ones. They know too much. But the younger guys, open those ears and listen and take all of it in. You can take enough out of these weeks to run a whole program, a week or so. But let me go back to two pros that started me in this. I don't have that background like Peter did. Obviously, I didn't go to Vanderbilt. My family's not lawyers. There are a lot of them involved in the law. And you all into the finance. I know a little bit about finance too, and all that combination. But we had a different background. Well, I think there's two or three of us, being these two guys over here, Peter and Randy, that were that old cliche of possibly brothers from the same mother. I think there's a lot to that, 4 or 5 of us guys that go back. I'm proud of that. When I saw Jimbo Hobson today, I kissed him. I didn't give him a French.
Later.
But was it? You got brings a tear to my eye when you see these guys that we go back. I hope that you all experience that kind of passion for the business and that you're involved in. That after 15, 20, 30 years, you can still walk up to a guy. We need more women too. That's a lot more fun. But Jimbo says, man, it's been so long. Come here. That's something you don't get to experience with some of the other companies in the profession, the years that you spend in it. All right. Grigsby Arnett that Peter mentioned. I had another job at one time out of college. Didn't even get to finish all that.